Good morning, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Monty and Trevor, two new YouTube members. I said in that last video that I was going to try to do a video every week, and I shouldn't have said that out loud. I came up with a really good plan for mounting the steering box on the Jeep, and I made these brackets, put them on, put some weight on it, and everything bound up. So I realized I needed to move the steering box. So I made these brackets. Got those tacked on, put the steering box on, and realized that there was a hole in the frame that was really close to where I needed one of the bolt holes on the steering box. So I put it on that. Things were still binding up in other places. So I spent basically I don't know, let's say I spent 2 days moving the steering box a little bit, checking, weighting it, flexing the suspension, moving things back and forth. Eventually got it to where I was happy, but again, these brackets didn't work. But these did. So what I did was that hole that was in the frame, I did use, and this hole was one that I drilled in the frame for the first set of brackets. And so what I did was I just took a 1/2-inch piece of plate, countersunk some holes to mount the steering box to it, and then mounted that plate to those holes. I think that works pretty well for that. Seems solid. And then for the top, I made a third set of brackets, welded those on, have a piece, basically a piece of tube going through the top there, and then plated over the top of it, welded it all solid, ground it up nicely. I've weighted this, I've flexed it, I've unweighted it. I am hitting the shock a little bit if I flex it all the way and turn the wheel all the way right. But also if I turn the wheel all the way right and flex it the other way, that shock mount hits the tire. So I may need to adjust the stop out, but it's good enough now that I need to build the rest of the Jeep, get it weighted the way it will be sitting when it's done. Flex it, and then I can adjust. So what I need to do next is get the intermediate shaft back in and make the support bearing bracket. I've also made 2 of these so far. This hole can pick up that hole in the frame, and then I'll just weld the top of it. I think that will work. But I may need to make this a little bit longer just so that I have some actual thread engagement on the bottom of that, and then do some gussets over the sides. And so all in all, that's just taking a lot longer than I would like, because apparently steering's complicated, but I'm not going to get that video done for noon today. It might come out later this week, or it might be next week. We'll see. And all of this also has me thinking a lot about a plasma table, because it'd be really nice to be able to iterate things a lot quicker than what I'm doing now, because this is just, making those brackets. It's like I cut it out on the bandsaw, I clean it up on the milling machine, I drill holes in it. It just takes forever. Like with the plasma table, it's like, oh, I need to move that hole 1/2 inch, move it on the computer, hit go, and it does it for me. So that might be an interesting future project. I have some ideas. Anyway, thank you for your support, and have a great week.